Babalik yung tubig ah.
Over 1,000 years ago, a period of warming causes stronger monsoons. Himalayan glaciers melt. Overflowing rivers boost agriculture, population, and trade. Powerful Srivijaya Empire is attacked. With its area of influence impacted, thus begins the rise of port cities. Among them, Singapore. Then, Ayutthaya and Majapahit empires grow in power, and port cities begin to win. Singapore, affected by stormy squalls, labeled a falsa Gomorrah, a place where voyages are interrupted, ships steer away. A little ice age sets in. Singapore fades. Fate of port cities shaped not just by power and politics, but by forces of nature too.
Srivijaya and Majapahit. As Srivijaya crumbles, a string of port cities rise along the Straits of Malacca. Our story begins with Sangnila Utama, a young prince from Palembang, sanctified as Sri Tribuana, Lord of the Three Worlds. One day, he decides to leave Palembang, setting off across the waters in search of a new realm. The storms miraculously steer Sangnila Utama to the island of Temasek. He claims the island on behalf of his lion throne and renames it Singapore, or Lion City. Sangnila Utama establishes and builds a thriving kingdom and reigns for the next 48 years until his death in 1348. As many as 10,000 people are living here in Singapore during this first glorious period of her history. The next ruler to impact the fate of Singapore is Paramaswara, whose rise to power remains a point of contention to this day. In one historical account, Paramaswara is a Palembang prince who flees to Singapore after a failed rebellion, but returns to kindness by killing his host and taking over the throne. Or shall we remember him instead as Iskandar Shah, believed to be the direct descendant of Sangnila Utama? Despite his strong rule, he struggles to make Singapore flourish. The port is crippled by stormy squalls, smashing into the harbor, lashing and ripping apart ships moored there. Singapore is dubbed a falsa Gomorrah, or a false sanctuary, by the Portuguese. But what causes Iskandar Shah's eventual downfall appears to be a personal vendetta. He accuses a concubine of adultery and humiliates her in public. This leads to the woman's father, Iskander Shah's chief minister, exacting revenge by plotting with enemy forces from Majapahit. Forced to flee for his life, Iskander Shah heads north, finding refuge in Malacca. Thus, the kingdom of Singapore loses the last of its 5 kings, dimming the island's first golden age. But Iskander Shah starts afresh by founding the Malacca Sultanate, establishing it as one of the most important in Southeast Asia. As Malacca's fortunes continue to rise, China takes a keen interest in this region, sending Admiral Zheng to explore opportunities. New China formalizes relationships with Malacca and grants it protection from Ayutthaya and Majapahit forces. Meanwhile, Singapore grows in strength alongside Malacca as a vital naval base with Orang-Laut warriors and powerful cruisers. Halfway across the globe, the rounding of the Cape of Good Hope draws a new wave of voyages to Southeast Asia, signaling the European age of discovery. The Portuguese arrive and seize Malacca in a bloody battle. The Sultanate court is forced to move to modern-day Johor. Singapore returns to the limelight as a base of anti-Portuguese resistance and also a Sharangari, or trading post. Then the Dutch arrive, breaking the Portuguese stronghold in this region. An incident in Macau where 17 Dutch sailors are executed by Portuguese triggers retaliatory attacks. In Singapore, a Dutch explorer named Admiral Jacob van Heemskerk ambushes Portuguese ships laden with goods from China and Japan. He prepares an unprecedented plunder of the Santa Catarina, a ship filled with a precious cargo of musk, Chinese raw silk, and porcelain. The Santa Catarina decides to launch an attack on Johor. Over 20,000 warriors are dispatched by sea to attack Johor and Singapore. The Orang-Laut warriors in Singapore, fiercely loyal to the Sultanate, put up a desperate defense. Singapore continues to flounder, but there are still bouts of curiosity and interest. Since the 17th century, the Dutch have been aggressively building their monopoly in the East Indies. In a bid to break the Dutch stronghold, a 38-year-old British officer from the East India Company set sail into the eastern seas on board the Indiana. His name is Stamford Raffles, and he is determined to find that one free port on the seas. Captain Danny Ross from one of the survey ships suggests Singapore as a possible base. Raffles decides to take a look at this seemingly unappealing island. Accompanying Raffles is Major William Farker, who will turn out to be a key player in the events that followed. On 28 January 1819, Raffles and Farker set foot on the island and established ties with Abdullah and Tomengo. Raffles and Farker craft a treaty of friendship and alliance to formalize British presence on the island. The Singapore Treaty is signed on 6 February at an elaborate ceremony appointing Tunku Long as the new Sultan of Singapore and permitting the British to set up a trading post on the island. In 9 days, Raffles and Farker changed the destiny of the region. And the vision Raffles has of Singapore as a great commercial emporium begins to take shape. Over the next 4 years, it will be Farker who shapes the growth of Singapore, from clearing mangrove swamps to constructing aqueducts for water supply to building roads and bridges. He is also credited with ridding the town of rats. Farker's strategy to invite skilled and enterprising tradesmen works, as the Malays and Chinese from Malacca turn up with ducks, chickens, and vegetables to sell. While his efforts to clean up and build a new town win the respect and admiration of the migrant settlers, Farker diverges from Raffles' instructions, leading to an eventual falling out between them. Raffles excludes Farker and sets up a committee to look at a plan for development. This leads to the Jackson Plan, named after Lieutenant Philip Jackson, who organizes the settlement and population along more orderly but segregated lines. With the signing of the Anglo-Dutch Treaty in 1824, the Dutch give up their claims to Singapore. Singapore grows exponentially as a free port. Ships come from near and far, bringing Chinatown. Merchants Tan Tock Seng and Sia Yu Chin work alongside Syed Omar Al-Junaid. Narayana Pillai's construction firm builds Chinese offices and homes. British traders Alexander Guthrie and Edward Brewster work with Chinese and Parsi businessmen, while Tan Kim Cheng, the elder son of Tan Tock Seng, works for Guthrie's firm. Hajar Fatima's vast landholdings are leased to the Chinese businessmen for spice farming. Munshi Abdullah comes from Malacca and is the writer who provides an extensive record of Singapore's early history. It is a golden era for Singapore, the little island of opportunity, and as tomorrow edges closer, the horizon looks brighter and even more promising.
Diana is not just a war vessel that helps fight piracy, she is also a symbol of change. Steam engines lead the way for Singapore's age of industrialization and modernity. And when the Suez Canal opens, everything kicks into high gear. Singapore's links to the world get stronger, and connectivity and communication more important. Newspapers begin to flourish. One outstanding figure is Yunus Abdullah, first editor of the Putusan Melayu and a major champion for Malay education. In 1923, the Causeway opens, bringing a new surge of trade from Malaya. By the time train services start, Singapore's status as an important hub is seen. With her strategic position and hard-working dock coolies, Singapore becomes the perfect global port. Singapore is also a regional center for Muslim pilgrims, led by companies like Alsanov Steamship. With every new connection comes improvements to city life. Businessman Tan Kim Seng starts an initiative to provide public waterworks, and later has a fountain erected in his name. People come from all over, adding their unique cultures to the melting pot. It's a dynamic era for diversity. This cosmopolitan city works hard and plays hard. After work, People flocked to bars and nightclubs and the seductive amusement parks. But beneath the shimmer and shine lurked darkness and disquiet. Other social problems, prostitution, gambling, malnutrition, and poor sanitation, prompting businessman Tan Jiak Kim to open a medical school. Also attempting to improve conditions is William Pickering, protector of the Chinese. But challenges remain. In 1876, a new, safer remittance scheme breaks the Chinese Tauge's monopoly. Seen as colonial profiteering, it sparks violent riot. In 1915, another deadly event shatters Singapore. Sepoy soldiers being redeployed to Hong Kong worry that they will end up fighting fellow Muslims at the Western Front. Fanning this misinformation, coffee shop owner Qasim Mansour and the German prisoner of war Julius Lauterbach trigger off the 1915 Singapore Mutiny. Accounts record that the week-long mutiny results in 49 deaths, 56 mutineers killed, and 47 others executed. Even as the Japanese threat loomed abroad, public anxieties quickly abated when the British dispatched 2 warships to Singapore. Perhaps there is nothing to worry about.